So make this note, dreams and goals can become magnets. Dreams and goals can become magnets. And the stronger the goal, the higher the purpose, the more powerful the objective, the stronger this magnet is that pulls you that direction. Now, not only does your goals and your objectives pull you that direction, here's what they also do. They pull you through. They pull you through all kinds of down days. They pull you through a difficult time. It'll pull you through some winter of your life. Some people get lost in the confusion of the day simply because their goal is not bright enough to pull them through. One writer of ancient times said we can walk through the valley. Even though there's shadows of death around, we walk through the valley. And here's why it's possible to walk through the valley, even though there's death and shadows and difficulties, is because we have a view of the other side of the valley.
People can poison you with their ideas of what you should be. And if you don't meet up to their expectations, and oftentimes their expectations of you are just to reaffirm themselves. They want you to love them. They want you to tell them how awesome they are. And if you don't feel that way, you're cold. Yeah. There's something wrong with you. Right. Because they don't have autonomy. They can't exist independently.
Right.
Never try to be better than someone else. Always learn from others. And never cease trying to be the best you could be. That's under your control. And if you get too engrossed and involved and concerned in regard to things over which you have no control, it will adversely affect the things over which you have control.
Whatever you mismanage, you will lose.
That is powerful.
That's why management is so important in this process.
Whatever you do not manage, you lose.
In other words, God will never give you what you pray for. He will only give you what you can manage. You pray for a new house, and God's looking at the apartment that's unkept. So he only gives you what you've proven you could manage. If you mismanage your body, you lose it. If you mismanage your marriage, you lose it. If you mismanage your children, you lose them. If you mismanage your money, it goes away. When you mismanage anything, you lose it. And so in crisis is a result of mismanagement. And the way you correct a crisis is management. Because if people don't learn to manage, they will keep losing what they...
Eagles fly alone. I have no friends. Friends are problems. Friends are challenges. If you're not into yourself enough that you can't spend the weekend by yourself, then something's fucking wrong with you. Self-esteem, being a high-performance person, and accomplishing high-performance acts. Something's wrong with you.
He flooded the system with money.
Yes, we did. That's another way to think about it. We did.
Where does it come from? Do you just print it?
We print it digitally. So we as a central bank, we have the ability to create money digitally, and we do that by buying treasury bills or bonds or other government guaranteed securities, and that actually increases the money supply. We also print actual currency, and we distribute that through the Federal Reserve banks.
When you quit, your mind says we're done. So it doesn't expand. There's no expansion when you quit. When you say, fuck you, this sucks, I'm drowning, I'm miserable, I'm suffering, I'm broken, but I'm not going anywhere. What happens to your mind is it does this. It says, fuck, he's not leaving. So we got to expand. We got to grow. You're forcing your brain now to operate on a level it's not used to.
People can't get up in the morning and they can't get out of bed. I'm going to tell you why. Because they can predict the feeling of everything that's going to happen in their life. And their body's resigned to the familiar. It says, oh, another mundane day. But remember when you were a kid and you were going on a field trip? What happened then? You were up and dressed and ready to go before your parents were up. You know why? Because you knew something unexpected was going to happen. That's how we should live our lives. Waking up with the understanding to expect the unexpected, and something unusual should happen in our life as a result of our efforts.
The human brain is not designed for success. The human brain is designed for survival. Success is not normal. Success is not average. Success is not what most people experience. If you are trying to experience success, you need to rewire, literally, the neural pathways in your brain.
Best advice you ever received?
A man named Rich told me once in Diamond Bar,
I'm in the corner, I'm looking at everybody. Everybody's having dinner and there are these tables. I pull Rich aside, I said, Rich, give me the one best advice. I want one above everything. And he said, look at everybody here. They're all gonna read just a few books and learn a few quotes, few titles, few stories to tell from the books they read. And once they make 100, $250,000, they're gonna slow down. If you keep out improving these guys consistently, eventually none of these guys will be your competitors. And he was absolutely right. I took self-improvement to a whole different level based on what he told me. It became an obsession, and I noticed, you know what? He was right.
Do you usually have a plan B? Do you have?
I don't have plan Bs. I actually don't like plan Bs. I find plan Bs are, they defocus you from plan A. Plan B should always be make plan A work.
Never, ever give up. Just keep going forward. Never stop. It may seem like you have no chance. It may seem like it's over. Never, ever quit. If you're a quitter, I hope you quit right now and stop watching immediately because you'll never make it.
But one of the things I tell people about handling pressure is you have to remember, it doesn't matter. God matters. Your family matters. It doesn't matter.
See, I think there are two ways in which people are controlled. First of all, frighten people, and secondly, demoralize them. An educated, healthy, and confident nation is harder to govern. And I think there's an element in the thinking of some people. We don't want people to be educated, healthy, and confident because they would get out of control. The top 1% of the world's population own 80% of the world's wealth. It's incredible that people put up with it. But they're poor, they're demoralized, they're frightened, and therefore they think perhaps the safest thing to do is take orders and hope for the best.
The thing is, like, you're an idiot until you're successful. Then you're smart, whatever, you know what I mean? So it's just, at some point you cross that tipping point and people go from judging you and being like, you're too obsessed with your freak, blah, 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 to like, oh, like, whoa, congrats. Look at you. You hire people and provide jobs. Like, you're cool. Good job.